Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. The name of the game this week is irrigation. I already got the pivot going here this morning. Worked up a little morning sweat, good for a fat old guy like me. So hopefully you're all on top of the irrigation. I know some areas caught a rain here a week ago that bought us a little time, but we're running hard. Got our gravity started at Hastings, going here at Aurora. The last few days, you know, we've been taking 3500s. We're kind of at our peak use on both corn. But what I really want to point out is make sure you're getting started on those soybeans. We're setting pods. We're well into that R3 stage. So we want to make sure, even though we tend to not try to irrigate early, that now is where we got to start soaking up that profile and get ahead of the game so that we can maximize yield and save as many pods as we can. We don't want any stress hitting this crop. There is a chance of forecasted rain here coming tonight. We'll see what happens with the cold front coming through. You know, maybe we'll get shut off again. But right now out here at Owner's Acres, we're actually making our third fertigation pass. We're brown silk here on the corn, so now we're going to go across and feed it some more nitrogen. Just keep that thing churning, try to keep that nitrogen available to the plant now that we're starting to fill ears. So on ear fill, we've been out in fields really peeling back ears now, checking pollination. Still want to see some sunshine here. I mean, I like rain and a little cooler weather than what we've had the past 4 or 5 days. But that sunshine will help fill these tips. We got to have that photosynthesis going, maximum energy efficiency in these plants right now. Planes are in the air, still in the heat of fungicide battle. I'd say the majority of the fields that our guys were out in yesterday, my team, we were finding both southern rust and tar spot. So I'm going to insert a bad joke. We're getting 2 for the price of 1. Not great. Starting to blow up a little bit. We're starting to see it to that ear leaf, leaf below the ear leaf. And again, with the latency period, kind of the humid, foggy mornings we had here last week, really concerned about what we'll see here in a couple weeks. So if you're still on the fence, know that the disease is present. The conditions have been pretty good. That crop's moving along. We want to make sure that we're keeping energy and that respiration going, so the plant health benefit. Plus, try to stay on top of this disease. Once we learned last year, once we let it get out of control, it's a little harder to control and come back. So just some considerations if you're still sitting on the fence. I know a lot of you have already sprayed. For those of you guys in the 2-pass program like we are, we're getting ready to load our second pass and fly that here later in the week. Fields are clean, really happy with that early fungicide, and we'll see what happens going down the road. Insects, pretty light still. No big, you know, there's pockets. Obviously, the concern I have now is the later planted fields. We still have corn earworms starting to pick up. Western bean are still flying. So if you have those later fields, maybe you planted middle of May and late silking, tasseling fields, those are the ones that really turn into a magnet for these insects late. So I've always seen my biggest damage over my career in those later planted fields when we still have insects flying around and everything goes and hammers on those 1 or 2 fields in the middle of maybe the normal planted range. So watch out for those, be scouting those, be aggressive. You know, we think about popcorn, maybe some of the organic stuff later on. Those always seem to catch some of the insects. So watch those non-GMO acres, you know, where we can still treat. Popcorn acres would be critical too. Soybeans, again, like I said, we're filling pods. Let's keep after them, get the water out there. We're starting to see that R3 fungicide window come into play. We know we have plenty of white mold pressure. All the models are off the charts. Weather-wise, again, just the beauty of the fact we're not spending money on irrigation probably is going to force some of this disease pressure to maybe you're going to have to reallocate some dollars and see what we can do later on. Again, we'll just keep you posted on white mold. We have found some starting up on some stems. Hopefully that stays at bay. We can get a little bit of airflow. We don't like the wind for the plains, but you know, maybe if the wind could blow in the middle of the night and dry our fields out, that would be good as well. So any questions? We're just getting set up. We had our first tour last week here at Owner's Acres. If you are in the area, we've got everything pretty well marked out, ready to go. So reach out to us if you want a special tour, you happen to be passing through. Anything that interests you that you want to see in our field, we're more than happy to work with you on that too. Otherwise, stay cool. We got to buy ourselves one more day here sweating, and then hopefully maybe we'll get a little reprieve. But stay safe, stay cool, and we'll see you next week.